Are we alive? God, I love the YouTube, like, low delay. It's kind of awesome when I see General Strife, like, immediately respond. Welcome. It is Saturday night. That means it's time for the Saturday night stream thing. Sorry I missed you last weekend. Not only was it Easter for me, but I was also horrendously sick. And I have been horrendously sick all week. But we are here. We are living the dream. How's everybody doing this Saturday night? I don't know why you're asking if it's already better than the Ragefire, Abdul. It's not out yet. We literally have a picture that's like 80 by 90 pixels. We have no clue. Sound too low? Huh. It does look like a little low, isn't it? Wait, is it? It's not messed up, is it? Because this thing doesn't have a gain knob on it. It's maxed. That's the problem. How's this? How's this? It sounds like you have a thick... It's doing the thing again. Hold on. How about this? I think I figured it out. Hold on. Hold on. I don't think we need to have the gain up that much. How about that? How about that? Is it still... It's not popping, is it? It's kind of peaking. Sick hanging out with you. I spent the entire time building that Wolver. That was most of my time. Yes, Vinyl, you were the only one who liked the Adventure Force purple camo pattern. I absolutely hated it. I thought it was awful. It made your blaster look like a cheap party favor. It's cool that they would paint the sides with that kind of decaling, but no, it was terrible. It was terrible on the Nexus Pro. It was more terrible on the Nexus Pro X2. Or Nexus Pro X. No, General Strife, that you have a picture. That's the most important thing. 100 servings. It actually, I think it was my headphones, which you'd think expensive headphones would have a good mic, but yeah, I don't know. I also, like, at one point, I wonder if it worked. I couldn't get the microphone on my camera to work, and that might have been what it was. Yes, Iron Blasters did not have good designs. They performed very well, but they did not have good designs, which is very on brand for NSI if you've seen their other stuff. Their Laser X stuff looks terrible. Performs awesome, looks terrible. Alright, well, we started the stream. I couldn't find Bad Apple. I swear to Crom, if it's gone again, I will be more than upset. But this week, there was no Bad Apple. So I gotta do the Punk Punch. Abdul, caps lock is cruise control for cool, but you still have to steer. Hello, Tilden. Thanks to Creator 3, I successfully converted my XShot to a maxi gun from hell. Okay, well, that's a thing. I'm glad you're happy about it. Considering getting a lightning pistol, any insight? I have a lot of them. Actually, I think if I pop it up here, it detects it as a pew-pew and shuts down the stream. They are really nice. Do you need it? No. But if you have the money and you want it, it is very nice. It is like a dedicated sidearm, though. It's not really meant to be anything other than a sidearm. Not really high velocity. I think it peaks at about 130. Rate of fire is pretty good. Trigger response is pretty good. Lots of features. Can update the firmware. It's a pretty nice pistol. I'd say use my affiliate link, but they just deleted my affiliate count. I don't know why. Didn't even ask them. Any news about the ZWQ AEB? Not yet. I was talking to the ZWQ guys, but not about the AEB. I should ask them. Streamlabs tipping seems unavailable. How many other things can get broken today? Wait, I think I saw a notification about that. Crap. What's it say? Let me see if I can bring up the, I literally can't. I think I saw a notification about that. Alright, well, you just can't tip. Oh well. I'll fix it if I care enough for next time. Wait, what affiliate account? My Lightning affiliate account. They shut it down. I sold like 200 something of those blasters and they shut down my affiliate account. So, when I tell you it's still pretty good and I'm not getting paid for it, yeah. Oh, hey, Radioactive. Can't tip streamer right now. This page owner needs to update their settings to receive tips. I don't even know where to begin with that. Let me see what I can do. Log in with YouTube. That would be me. How's your day today? It's rough. Baby, very baby. I did manage to get stuff done before the stream, but yeah, it's rough. I was up here until like 4 o'clock in the morning too, working on stuff. XShot better win my heart back after they announced the scuffed Blitzhammer. What's the Blitzhammer? Is that the Turbo Advance looking thing? Is this even the right YouTube channel? Yeah, it has to be because there's all of classic for real stuff. Okay. How do I do this? I wonder what changed. Is it MagFed? No, we'll talk about the blaster in a little bit. I gotta fix this. The Ogre is a really cool little blaster. No, I'm good. Save for another line. I don't care! Why do you force me to do stuff on your website when I don't care? Gosh! Let me cancel it. Let me do it a different time. Don't force me to do a thing I don't want to. You're not even working. You force me to do it and then you just go into a loop. I don't care. PayPal, I really don't care. The Thrasher and Spinshot might also be releasing at the same time as well. They're pretty sure they are. I think they'll be out sooner than later. XShot needs to start making more blasters. They are making a lot of blasters. I have the Vector Pro and I love it. The Vector Pro is one of the best blasters out right now, Arthur. Okay, Quintic, try it now. Okay. I don't care for whatever that is, Windows. Alright, I think we're good. Late May, early June, there's XShot blasters will be out. I have a feeling, yeah, we'll probably see him around May. I just picked up the XShot bolt action this week. It's fun. It looks pretty moddable for the 13 bucks. I doubt it's all that moddable. Most of the bolt actions aren't, but it is a really good deal for 13 bucks. That's for sure. Hey, Lord Revan! Watch what happens when I cast a spell I don't know. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we don't exactly have the greatest picture of this, but it is a thing. I have confirmed it is a thing, although I don't know much more beyond this picture. Hey, it worked! I fixed it. Thank you, Quintic. That was really worth the 5 minutes of me doing that live. Surprise! Terrible, low quality... Oh, God. I hate it when they do that. There we go. We'll make my Walcom shrink, is what I would say. If it would let me. Why are you selecting literally everything? Pew, pew, pew. That's the best picture we got of this thing right now. I mean, you can basically see everything that's important. And this is not the only thing, apparently, they have coming out that we don't know about. But this is the biggest one, I think. This is a 200 dart, full auto, rechargeable battery Insanity Blaster. And I believe it comes out with the princely sum of $120 USD. I have confirmed it exists, but that's all I've been able to confirm. This is the best picture we got. It is very much a Rhino Fire. Wait, when you Rhino Fire. Okay, that was hard on me. Radioactive. I haven't finished my energy drink yet. Yes, it's a 200 dart. It doesn't come with 200. Well, it comes with 200 darts, but it holds 200 darts. This thing will take you an hour to reload. But it is full auto with a rechargeable battery and a tripod. And it's got the big carry handle on the top of it. And it's dual double-barreled. I don't know if that means it fires like the Rhino Fire does, or it just fires from both. It might just be two blasters in a trench coat, but still. Abquintic sent me a link. Yes, we've already talked about that, Abquintic, but thank you. Imagine telling some kid in 2016 this is the future of foam dart blasters. Imagine telling some kid in 2016 that this isn't made by NERF. That's the problem I have with this entire engagement right now. XShot, so to be fair, NERF used to take chances. The problem is, and I think you would agree with me, almost every single big NERF release that happened when they charged like $150, $200 for a blaster, they were always pretty bad. The Rhino Fire, pretty bad. The Cam ECS, pretty bad. They did have some success, I would say, with things like the Prometheus, the Perseus, and of course the Nemesis, which were all pretty expensive. The Terra Scout and Terra Drone, those were some of the most expensive blasters, and I don't think they were very well received. Oh, I thought I spilled that. It's nice to see XShot, like they put out a $70 blaster, and it was one of their most successful products of all time. At least in the foam dart space, I'm guessing. So now they're putting out $120 or $100, somewhere in that amount of a blaster. And it really is the end all. There's nothing else like it on the market right now, except for their own blaster, the Ragefire. Dart Zone, they had their in-store stuff, which always seemed to cap out at maybe about $70, $80. And then they had their online stuff, which they charge you like $200 for. But this blaster will be on store shelves, and it will be the biggest, most audacious affront to God in foam flinging we've really ever gotten. And if you couple that with XShot's ability to put out pretty good stuff at pretty good prices, you know when they're charging $120 for something, it's massively overkill for what it is. And if we're talking 200 darts full auto, although again it looks like two 100-round blasters in a trench coat, that's pretty insane, which is good because it's in the Insanity line. The Ragefire was what, 50? I think it's down to like 30 now. But this is going to make some waves. I think this will be one of the biggest blaster releases we've had in a long time, coupled only next to the XShot Pro motorized piston pump. It is regular darts. This is Insanity Blaster. It is made for ages 8 and up. Didn't XShot say that a long shot was their best seller in a couple of years? They probably did that too, but I heard from, I don't remember where, that the motorized piston pump was a massive success for them. Where did you hear about the rechargeable battery? I heard it from the person who confirmed it was real. Maybe it doesn't have one. Maybe it's also an old listing that you got. I'm not sure. I have confirmed it's real. Maybe the rechargeable battery thing was a mistake on their end. So is it chain or drum fed? It is drum fed. Put 2 of them on a gauntlet and live your dreams. Yeah! Yeah! It needs to happen. I'm surprised it hasn't happened. I do technically have enough rage fires to make that happen. The problem with doing the heavy arms is that you have to have ammo going in. And the heavy arms doesn't make that practical. MPP was the best blaster 2025. I agree, Solinus. 50 dart drums, 100 dart drums. I hate when XShot sends us a blurry image of a Nerf blaster and they make us cry and wait. They didn't send this blaster, it was leaked. General Strife is the one who found this picture. We don't know if they are mag drums. There's a 0% chance these are mag drums. This thing is the Colossal Blitz, but darts, essentially. What is the name? That is a great question. General Strife will most likely have it here in a second. Do you think those drums? I don't think these drums will work with anything other than this blaster. I'm fairly certain this blaster, the drums are basically like just like the what came with the not the Berserko, the thing with the big the massive thing with like 70 darts. Motorized Dart Storm. That's a good name. That's a great name. Sometimes XShot does pretty good with their names, and sometimes they get the motorized piston pump. Nerf make it more N1 and collab blasters like the 15 shot, $15. I don't think they're making any more N1 blasters. There are a couple that are still trickling out, but they're all reskins. They're not new. I hope the 35 drums like on the Raider. No, there's no chance these are actual magazine drums. I'm gonna just say that, so if they do happen to be that, it'll be insane, but I am almost 100% certain these are not going to be magazines. These are going to be turrets. It looks like it has 2 barrels, like a double punch. Yeah, it basically is like a rhino fire. The fact that there are darts coming out at the same time tells me it fires from both sides. It might have 2 triggers, is what I'm assuming. Imagine if they are not dart holders. The thing is like $120 and it says it fires 200 rounds. Or it's like the upgrade to the Rhino Fire because it looks exactly like a Rhino Fire. Did you like the Mando bolt action disruptor? Well, I hope you like Second Breakfast. We are getting a Doctor Doom recolor of that. Like with the same attachments or different attachments? Obviously, it'd have to be different attachments. High chance this thing will sell like crazy. I think it will actually be. It will be the #1 Christmas gift, that's for sure. That's the thing Nerf just doesn't seem to understand, is that, like, you can make a good blaster and charge a pretty penny for it as long as it's good, as long as it's worth it. Most of the time, their expensive blasters were not worth it. Think like the Centurion. That thing was a massive disappointment. It was only like, I think it was only $50-$70 though. But Cam ECS, that was a disappointment. Rhino Fire, huge disappointment. I'm trying to remember all the big, like every year they had some like $100 plus blaster and it was always not very good. Does it have a changeable stock? I don't think it has a stock period because it's meant to be it's on a tripod. And if I remember correctly, the tripod is actually different than the one that came with the Ragefire. Again, a lot of this is speculation and hearsay. We need another revolver-fed blaster like the Ultra 2. I'm surprised that hasn't happened sooner, Denzel. Only 25% chance this thing comes to Canada shelves. Well, good news is you can import it. That's like me complaining that all the Kamen Rider toys are stupid expensive because they're like $10 in Japan and they make 5 of them and now they're $80 on eBay. It comes with a tripod. I've got the description, 90 FPS rates. Yeah, that's fine. It's an HS8 and up blaster. The Pump SU was a massive disappointment. And it's inconceivable how they charged $30 for that thing. The Fortnite tactical shotgun, I didn't even finish the video on that. I was so upset about it. And I didn't want to just upload videos where I'm super upset at Nerf stuff. But the Fortnite, the tactical, whatever the XShot pump revolver one was $48 for a $15 or $20 Cyclone shot. It was insane. Nerf is insane. Do I know the rate of fire? I do not. They described it as firing tubes, so it could possibly be some kind of shape or form. I wonder if it's actually going to be just like the Rhino fire. That would be funny. Yep, that's how it goes, Bronin. It gets bad. My only issue with the Nerf darts is they keep changing them. Yeah, Dragon, I have a whole video on that coming out. Nerf has a dart problem. Nerf has changed their darts so many times, and it's actually cost them the blaster game. The fact that Nerf went back to the standard Elite darts, this is an XShot dart, when they've had better darts in the past they could just make is hilarious to me. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they hate their customers. It says 14 plus on this listing. That's probably a mistake. That is most likely a mistake because it's an Insanity Blaster, which are all ages 8 and up. The 2 drums will be more than the actual blaster itself, like what happened with the Titan. These are gonna be turrets. They're not gonna be magazine drums. You're not gonna be using these on any other blaster other than this thing. I doubt they're even removable. Nerf thinks people will buy 1,000 of every ammo type they release. So, again, if somebody can find me this CNET art, I'm pretty sure it was a CNET article I read years ago where they say Nerf makes most of their money through ammo sales. That made sense that they made most of their money through ammo sales. The problem being that they had virtually no competition. They did have XShot darts. They weren't very good. Boomco wasn't a foam dart. And also, and that's not even the reason why Boomco failed. Boomco failed because they started as, I think, in ages 8 and up. And their second wave, they went for ages 6 and up. And then by the time they course corrected and went back to an ages 8 and up, they had already bled all their stuff. And I believe Hasbro poached most of their designers. If I'm not mistaken, that's exactly what happened with Boomco, which is why it disappeared after the Halo stuff. Trying to remember exactly what I was talking about. But like Boomco wasn't really a competitor. It should have been, but it wasn't. And then you got like Buzzbee. XShot, old XShot darts were kind of trash. Buzzbee stickies. And Buzzbee also made like so many different kinds of darts, but they were all 50 caliber, so it was fine. It's incredibly depressing that Nerf just could charge you. You'd go to Walmart and it's like 75 darts for 20 bucks. Like, think about that for a second. Elite darts are the worst dart. They've always been pretty much the worst dart. XShot, like early XShot darts were worse, in my opinion, but they were also cheap. So, the second we got like the super darts from Adventure Force, and then we got the waffle tips, it was over for Nerf. It's wild because while Elite 2.0 did drop the prices on foam darts, they're still like 2.5 times more expensive than their competitors for a worse dart. Which is why all of the Nerf blasters started saying use only official Nerf ammo, while other competitors were saying compatible with Nerf. It's insane how Nerf fell that hard. I don't know who to blame for that. And they live in this weird world where they're like, every single time they do something, it's like, oh, think of the kids, think of the children. Oh, we gotta have rules in legislation for the maximum amount of kinetic energy a foam dart could impart, so we can't have 110 FPS XShot Scorpion or Dart Zone Scorpions on store shelves. That's not fair. Also, the absolute limit of that is going to be what we already have on the market. They tried to do that. And then with like N1, they were like, oh my God, we got to make all of our blasters have holes in the plunger tubes and everything so they're quieter. So the holes in the plunger tube will bleed out most of the air pressure and speed up the piston so it equalizes. So it makes it quieter and it still hits 70, 80 FPS. I don't know why they do. It's been what, 5, 6 years of like pro blasters being on store shelves. I don't think I've seen a single article about these, like some kid losing all of his eyes or some maniac kid going to a birthday party and taking out everybody's eyes with a Nerf Pro blaster or something like that. I haven't seen a single one. I'm not saying people don't. The only article I ever saw where somebody got hurt from a foam dart was a mega dart that detached a woman's cornea. That's the only one, and that was Nerf with mega. And who knows? That's why it says like do not modify and stuff like that. And I get that. I'm totally cool with them covering their butts, but it doesn't make it doesn't make sense to me why they constantly try to take this moral high ground at the cost of their entire bottom line. You're a business. Why? Like, oh, ripping off customers left, right, front, and center, charging 2.5 times more for our ammo, putting out the same blaster over and over with a different skin on it, and then all of our intellectual property collaborations where we charge a crap ton of money, ripping off the customer left, right, front, and center. That's fine. That's totally kosher to Hasbro. Making a good product? No, can't do that. Think of the children. It's wild, man. Thank you very much for the £5 super chat, Sam Davidson. Hey, Adam, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. I think Nerf just cares about being in as many country shelves as possible. Dart Zone and XShot. XShot 100% has more of a like footprint than Nerf right now. 100%. XShot is like the biggest toy company in the world now. That's not even exaggeration. You guys see the mini make vinyl record thing that they have coming out? Oh, I'm so excited for that. Have you ever bought those little mini make it kits? They're so good. They're so unbelievably good. And they tried to get rid of those. Like, oh, kids are... My child totally opened up the little thing of resin and chugged it. It's non-toxic, I believe, but yeah, they're like trying to get those. It's like one of the coolest toys on the market. It really is. This turn for pricing, I shot to releasing a monster talking bad about Nerf. I can talk bad about Nerf. I have more money and stake in Nerf than pretty much anybody else. And I can criticize them, and they have full right to do better. And like, while we can be happy, Nerf is going back to Elite darts. They got rid of N Series. I still have a 40-minute long video probably coming out where I'm just going to trash them because they have just ripped off their customers. Think about it. Think about it for half a second. Mega, Nerf Mega. What does Nerf Mega, I'm talking about the one from like 2014, what does that do that other darts don't do? They're bigger. That's it. That's all it did. Nerf Rival had a lot of stuff that normal Nerf didn't do, so it was totally justified. And that's always going to be one of those things where I don't listen to anybody's like, oh, Boopco failed because it wasn't a foam dart. I automatically know they have a shoe size IQ because Rival and Mega were foam darts, but they were different. They weren't compatible with other blasters, and they still sold fine. So when you're talking about, I did actually knock it over. Cool. I have like nothing up here to sop that up, huh? Ah! Oh, I do. I have a hoodie. 1 second. Good thing these are sugar-free. Ah, man. I don't listen to anybody who says that like Boomco failed because it wasn't a foam dart. But when you look at what products Hasbro has released, especially when it comes to their offerings of like other, so they have like Nerf Mega, right? That was like the big one that came out. I think that was before Nerf Rival. Nerf Mega was the same thing, just bigger. You could justify that, sure. But it was still the same thing, but bigger. The Centurion, everybody tried to convert it to, like, normal darts. And pretty much every single Nerf Mega Blaster was really only cherished because you could try to convert it to normal darts. Rival was different, and yes, people did try to convert Rival to standard darts and succeeded. But then you get stuff like, think about it for Nerf Hyper. Nerf Hyper did not need to exist. Nerf Hyper did basically nothing new. Nerf Hyper was arguably worse Rival, right? It did practically nothing that Nerf Rival didn't already do. Then you've got Nerf Ultra. What did Nerf Ultra do? Nothing. Think of every single Nerf Ultra Blaster. Every single Nerf Ultra Blaster ever released ever could have been a standard Nerf Blaster release. All of them. There's not a single practically unique ammo-consuming blaster in the entirety of Nerf Ultra. Nerf Gel Blaster. They're just gel blasters. They're not even like using different ammo. It's using the same ammo that's already on the market. Just Nerf is making it now. And essentially it's still Nerf Rival. Nerf N1, N series. Every single N1 blaster could be a standard Elite blaster. Red Guardian X, $5 super chat. Any idea when you'll be doing the auction thing? I have no clue. It will happen at some point, I'm sure, but it's gonna be a little while. So, when you think about what Nerf has done, with the exception of like, I can give you a good example, which is like Nerf Vortex. Nerf Vortex is actually good. Nerf Vortex does stuff that other blasters can't do. You got banking shots, you've got ricochets, it does all that stuff and it does it really well. But when you think about every single Nerf Mega XL, we love Nerf Mega XL, right? Sure. Big dart, big fun. It's still just a foam dart. Every single Mega XL blaster could be a standard Nerf blaster. And when you think about all of this stuff, why would Nerf keep trying to do this over and over and over again? When their competitors stick with the original 50 cal foam dart, which I need somebody to actually tell me who came up with the design of the original 50 cal foam dart. I don't think it was Nerf. And it is not new for Nerf to do this, but it is new for them to do it so blatantly. Go back in the day. Think about things like the Gyro Strike, the Supermax Ring Shooter, the Ball Blasters. Nerf had, and the Arrow Shooters, of course. Nerf had plenty of designs that used different ammo. And correct me if I'm wrong, there are no additional ammo refills for things like the Gyro Strike. I don't think they ever sold those darts separately. Ever. The pineapple-sized rings that went for the Supermax disc shooter? No. Or whatever that thing, you know what I'm talking about, the big, thick rings that came with that one pump Supermax blaster. I don't think they ever sold refill packs of those. And if they do, I'm really upset because I'll never find them. They sold Gyro Strike rockets separately. My mouth is open for business if anybody can find me a refill pack of that. Because I don't think it exists anymore. Fin and height. I haven't seen exactly what you're talking about. I'm going to read a couple of your things right here. The Ultra 2 did new stuff that Rival never did, and that was good. Sure. But there's nothing that Ultra 2 did that couldn't be done with standard foam darts. Select did new stuff too. Again, fin and height. Nothing about what the Select did could not have been done with standard foam darts. The entirety of Nerf Ultra Not a single blaster utilizes the Ultra ammo in any way that couldn't have been replaced with a standard foam dart. Not a single one. So why did Nerf Ultra exist? What was the purpose of Nerf Ultra? The answer is to make money, to force you to buy new foam darts so you can use the new blasters. Probably more of a Trojan horse situation, if I'm being honest. I think they probably expected Grandma to buy an Ultra 1 for Little Billy, and Little Billy to want more Nerf darts, and then finding out it only uses the Nerf Ultra darts, and they have to go buy these new expensive Ultra darts. What's like $20 for like... No, it's like... I think it was like $15 for 20 darts. Granted, I will give you one thing. If you fire an Ultra Dart and you can find it, which it was jet black, by the way, if you can find it, you can reshoot it every single time. Nerf Ultra Darts were far more durable than standard foam darts. This is what I'm talking about, where, and it gets even worse, because none of these darts, technically, were better than Elite even. In fact, the number one problem that every single Nerf projectile has pretty much ever had is inaccuracy. When they already solved the accuracy issues with the AccuStrike line. And everybody else figured it out with like waffle tips. They're not perfect, but they're better. And Nerf just like, okay, we're going to make Nerf Ultra. Is it more accurate? Oh, we're going to claim it's more accurate. Not a single... Dude, I still can see that, like, Top Toys reviews where we first saw Ultra in action, and they're like, it's the most accurate Nerf blaster yet. And the woman's firing at, like, cups stacked 15 feet away and misses every shot. But you know why they got that blaster early. Same thing with, like, the Nerf Ultra Championship and all those stuff. Again, they had to sign forms that were like, yeah, you can't talk bad about our product. The boxes say better precision accuracy. And it was never even remotely true. Classic for real with the $2 tip. Hasbro's fatal mistake is assuming Granny goes for name recognition of Nerfs at a bottom dollar value. This is true. So, all of these blaster setups, all these darts, all these things, none of them do anything that other darts, their original darts, could do. Which ties me back to, I wish I could find this article, where Nerf made all of their money off of dart sales. They sold you the blasters to sell you the darts. And if you've noticed, in the past 5 years, that Nerf aisle has gotten smaller. Not only has it gotten smaller, but there's less Nerf official blasters on that. Nerf official used to take up both sides of an entire aisle at your local Toys R Us. Now, you're lucky to get half of one side. Barely. At my Walmart, you got half of all the toy foam flingers, and then it goes right into like Beyblade and Pokemon and all the sorts of little action figure things. Nerf is, like, maybe kids aren't playing with them, but I have a hard time believing that kids don't want to go out there and shoot each other with foam darts. It's a classic tale. I do think that Nerf hurt the overall image of their company, relying so heavily on branded IP collaborations, because kids from, like, you know, that were growing up to play with these toys in like 2019, 2020, 2021, they don't think of Nerf as like Nerf blasters. They think of the Fortnite blasters. They think of the Roblox or the Minecraft. They don't think of Nerf. They think of these other IPs. So when those went away and it's just like, oh, here's Nerf Elite 2.0, kids are like, well, that's not Fortnite. Like, why would I get that? Oh, it has the Nerf logo, but I don't really care. When back in the day, the designs of the Nerf blasters themselves, like, they carried the brand. Nerf Elite looked awesome. They were fun. And now it's like, oh, I go buy a $50 Fortnite blaster that's worse than the $20 blaster that came out 3 years ago. Arguably the same blaster you can find on store shelves sometimes, because they had the Bacon Strike Cyclone Shock. They had that right next to the Fortnite Pump Revolver Mega Dart thing. Which I think that was like one of the last Mega Blasters we ever saw released, if I'm not mistaken. Silvio all says, last time I went to Target, all I saw was XShot and Dart Zone. Like 1/6 of the aisle was actual Nerf. That's bad. So here's my appeal to you guys on why I care about this so much. Obviously, I have a financial stake in Nerf doing good. I don't think XShot and Dart Zone can carry the outdoor foam flinger. Nerf is an iconic brand that has been around for 50-something years. Dart blasters have been around for 30-something years. We need Nerf to be good. And I don't know why Hasbro has butchered this brand so much to the point where kids don't care. Kids have been shooting each other with toy guns since toy guns could exist. And before that, it was sharp sticks in the woods. Right? That's just a thing that's always going to be a thing. Kids everywhere. It's just a natural idea. And here we are where kids don't want to play. They'd rather get like, and I don't blame them. It's like a lot of you in the chat don't like gel blasters. And yet they were insanely popular. Why? The ammo is dirt cheap and you get tens of thousands of it. And it can work for anything from a shotgun and sniper rifle to a full auto assault rifle kind of setup, even a minigun. Like they don't play around. That, like, why would you get your $50 pump action revolver? I gotta find this stupid Nerf Fortnite shotgun. This stupid damn, oh my God, I hate this blaster. I still have the footage, I think. I just need to do a video so I have closure. I can't believe I'd see somebody say, oh, this is a very awesome blaster. It's like, you are lying through your goddamn teeth. This thing, when I keep talking about this travesty. Sorry, there's a lot of images on my desktop. I am a very messy computer user. This thing. Oh God, it's huge. Why is it like the biggest picture ever? Fit to screen. This thing. This blaster was $50. Chat, do you understand that? Did anybody buy this when it first came out? I did. I never even finished the video. I was so upset. This is a $50 blaster. Alaria01. Alaria. I'm so sorry. That's such a... It's such a hard username. The funny part is that Hasbro's managed to piss off every single one of their fan bases. Nerf, My Little Pony, Transformers, and at this point, MTG is the only thing carrying them, and they're killing that too. Yes, I know MTG kind of lost it. I haven't played since like Shards of Alara. I've been off the MTG chain for a long time. But what I see does not want me to come back. And it's also stupid expensive now. Did anybody buy this? It has a special color AccuMega darts. Yep, sure. I think they failed to understand the damage having such a very percentage of cross licenses does to branding. They don't have, nobody looks at Nerf's like, oh, I want this new thing. They're like, oh, the people who made the Fortnite guns that were terrible, that expensive, they make other guns. These are dumb. I don't want these. Why would I want these? Why? They're not Fortnite. You guys seen what's going on with Fortnite right now? Not only did Epic lay off 1,000 employees, but they also have the game's bleeding players. Like, it actually might go down and under. Nobody's playing Fortnite anymore. The Nerf Pharaoh's $50 on Amazon. That's actually a really good price for a Pharaoh. Like, a really good price for a Pharaoh. It was like $180 at one point. Do they make another... I'm guessing they either made another batch or they found some... The Pharaoh's $500 on Amazon. What are you talking about? It's literally $500. I have one. I should sell it. Literally, the AccuMega darts are the only good thing about this. I got it for... No, Turtles, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not trying to tell you, it's like, Every single Nerf blaster goes on sale at some point. And some of them, like the Pharaoh here, or the Nerf Rifle Jupiter, skyrocket in price and you can't get them anymore. But the Fortnite Legendary Shotgun was $47.99. It was... I was so... I wish I was a better YouTuber. I really do. I have screwed my channel in so many different ways because sometimes I just can't. I remember seeing this on store shelves, looking at it and going, am I actually going to buy this? I could do the entire video without ever picking up this blaster. Remember, when you see that thing on store shelves, you already know every single thing about it. You know everything. There's no surprises. This isn't going to hit 100 FPS. It's going to hit 60. You already know that little thing at the end? That's not actually a stock. Here's the real killer. You see this? That's a flashlight attachment. They couldn't even put a single LED in that thing for $40 or $50. And the pump, like, look at the draw on this pump. It's like non-existent. I'm trying to remember. It might not even have had slam fire. It probably did, but like, by the time I actually feel, I have the footage somewhere. It is so awful. And it was 48, like, and it doesn't even look like the weapon from the game. It's like a weird simile of it. And this is why again, nothing about this blaster couldn't have been a standard 50 caliber foam dart. NERF Elite. And it blows my mind. When you think about all of these blaster options, like we can make excuses for NERF Mega to exist. I like NERF Mega. I think a lot of people like NERF Mega. But rarely do these blasters ever use the new ammo in any way that couldn't have been done with the original ammo. I would make the argument that something like Mega XL was just a better version of the Demolisher rocket, and I can get behind that. But when you look at N series, right? If you look at NERF N series, there is literally not a single blaster ever released in that line that couldn't have just been a standard 50 caliber foam dart. And if the N1 darts were actually substantially better than the standard Elite foam dart, they wouldn't have gone back to them. This is like, see, when I talk about Boomco, I found my last war pistol for Boomco. I took it, I believe it was with Solanus. He found it. And I believe we went out there and fired it, and the thing is God. We're talking, yeah, it's a single shot front loader, but it was a single shot front loader you'd buy for $10 from the store, and you could just go buy a spring upgrade. You could cut down K26 for it, or you could just buy another one and double up the springs and put it in there, and you could get Nexus Pro X accuracy and range from a pistol. It's insane. Boomco was something super special, but it messed up and it didn't survive. That doesn't mean that NERF doesn't deserve their mistakes far more. N1 wasn't even like marginally better than Elite darts. If you pit, I need to get like original OEM up like bags of AccuStrike, because when you pit N1 darts versus AccuStrike, I guarantee you N1 loses. Is N1 better than NERF Ultra? Perhaps. Is N1 cheaper than NERF Ultra? Most definitely. But NERF N series darts weren't good enough compared to Elite darts that they superseded the Elite dart. Want proof? Elite darts are back, N series is gone. They tried to make a new foam dart. They didn't care about the actual ballistics of that dart. They just wanted a different dart out there that was good enough whatever improvements were a happy accident that they could then put out there on store shelves to force you to buy as many as you could so you could fuel your new blasters that didn't even really do anything better than the old blasters. The NERF Ultra Pharaoh kicks ass. The NERF Elite, the NERF N Series Pinpoint is a crock of crap. Is it the worst blaster ever? No. But the Pharaoh was better in every single way. So, and then that's also coupled with Hasbro's weird fetish for cheaping out every single possible way they could. It just doesn't make any sense to me why NERF has gotten to this point. And they still like, and this brings me back to like, oh, Elite's back. Yes, Elite's back. Yes, Elite is back. Not AccuStrike. Not a better 50 caliber foam dart. Not NERF just going to like Dart Zone me like, hey, can we just sell the waffle darts with all of our new blasters? Okay, thanks. We'll pay you this much money and we'll still make a profit. We'll both make a profit. It'll be great. No. Elite's back. Even XShot, these things are better than NERF Elite darts in every single way. They are cheaper, more accurate, and fly further. Does NERF care? No. Why? Because they don't care about the customers. They don't care about the kids. They don't care about anything other than making money, and going back to Elite is cheaper than making a product that's actually worth something. And it is infuriating. I don't know who to blame. I wish I had a name. I wish I had somebody to talk to, because it's absolutely infuriating how they, and I'm not blaming designers. I can't blame the people who work on the product. And yeah, sometimes I don't even understand why the product, I didn't understand why the NERF N Series stuff had slotted plunger tubes where it just vented out air. Does that make sense to you when you sit there and think about it? No. But I had to watch one of the NERF designers in a group chat that I was in talk smack about me because I didn't understand the insane scientific characteristics of physics when it comes to, oh, that vents out the air and speeds up the plunger tube so it's quieter. Yeah, you got me. I don't have a degree in that. I barely finished high school. I went to college. I was 16 credits, I think, from graduating. Unfortunately, had to move away because my parents were insane. I never got any good formal education. I don't consider myself an intelligent person. I'm not somebody to look forward to as a smart individual. I may be clever, but I'm definitely not smart. And seeing that hurt, because it's like, yeah, I was wrong, and I'm happy to say I'm wrong. I'm happy to say I'm dumb. I'm happy to be corrected. It doesn't change the fact that that design wasn't made to make the blaster better. That design was made to fit some kind of weird esoteric law that Hasbro created themselves where the blaster can't be too loud. And so we're going to make small plunger tubes with big, huge freaking holes in them. So, or not, they're not even small. They're pretty sized plunger tubes, but they have to make the plunger tube bigger and put holes in them so you can get the performance of a smaller plunger tube that doesn't have a hole in it. It doesn't make sense. Unless you're like, oh, we have to make this quiet. The NERF Recon was blowing kids' eardrums out, man. We can't have that. Meanwhile, it's the same company that made the freaking Centurion. I don't get it, man. I don't. And it upsets me. It really does. And I know it's not that person's fault that I'm stupid and they are the ones who designed that whole system. They had something they had to do. They had goals. They had to meet them. They had to get approved. That's not that person's fault. If Hasbro wanted a really good, amazing blaster, that person would have made a really good, amazing blaster. 100%. It's somebody up here is dictating to somebody just down here, and then everybody under them has to make it, get it, send it to this person, and this person's like, yep, that's what we're looking for. And I'm sure somebody up here goes like, yep, that's perfect, let's make it happen. And then you wind up with NERF N Series. I was in the like super exclusive Zoom call for NERF Hyper where they talked about how they spent years engineering the Hyper ammo to find the perfect consistency, and they were trying so hard to design all of these blasters for NERF Hyper, and they landed on what they landed on. I think Hyper has 5 blasters total. And not a single one of them has a consistent hop-up or barrel setup. They're all different. And the ammo is literally some kind of 3D printer TPU-style filament squirted into a mold and superheated. If you've ever looked at some hyper rounds, they have like a brain texture on them with the ones that didn't melt properly. And also, who the hell actually like went outside and like fired hyper a couple of times with like, okay, now go pick those up. And the guy's like, dude, I'm not doing that. Are you kidding? I'm never going to find that crap. Are you joking? Nah, man, I'm done. You take your toy. I'm done. Because that's exactly what happened. And okay, we got to sell Nerf hyper. 100 rounds is $16. Yeah. Pay for it. Mom and dad, grandma. You're going to pay. And also the projectile easily take out Timmy's eye. Dude, it's crazy. When you think about like what Hasbro has done in the past decade and how little of it was actually meant to make Nerf good. And it's like the biggest problem with Hasbro is Hasbro themselves. It's that picture of the person holding the gun with them behind them holding the gun to them. Dart Zone and XShot are destroying Nerf. This is true, Arthur. We need another Star Wars original blaster. No, we really don't. We need another Nerf Raven. We need another Nerf Moto Blitz. We need another Nerf Double Punch. That's what we need. It's okay, Walcom, you're not. No real engineer would ever say a pressurized system that is leaking is better than one that's not. Apparently I'm stupid, because that's exactly what it was. Hey peeps, is that cylinder a bit awkward to put darts into? It's really not. The underside is very much open. Hasbro's thinking of the children. Meanwhile, the children are running on. There's some person, Ghost Manta. I see their icon. It's been, I think, maybe like a month since I've seen them post. They definitely don't watch these live streams. If you do, call me out. Like, call me out in the chat. I will notice your icon, because I've seen it a couple of times, where they always just slander the crap out of me. It's a grommet profile picture. So they're definitely not, they get mad every time I talk about like, oh, this is the cheapest blaster on store shelves. They're like, here's Walcom once again lying through his fat face. It's only on store shelves in America. So he's lying to everybody because he's just a big fat liar. That's like every single thing. Walcom's the most insane content creator out there because he just doesn't understand these are toys for kids, and kids love the Nerf Ward. They love the Ward. That's why they made 20 of them. I have all of them. My kids love the Ward. It's the best blaster ever. That's basically what they post. I'm obviously being hyperbolic, but that's what they post every single time. And I always see this, and I never interact with them because I don't want to feed this person. And I think they might have finally stopped. But I see them all the time, and it's like, you're insane. You call me insane. You're actually insane. Kids will play with literal garbage and have fun. Anything is fun with friends, by the way. Good people is not what... Like, you could have a Nerf war with nothing but Nerf N Series wards, and you could probably have a ton of fun with the right people. You could make a whole league out of that stuff. It doesn't mean the ward isn't a piece of junk. It doesn't mean the ward needed to be remade, reshelled, the same internals slapped into a dozen different blasters, sold at every price point from $4 to $25. That never needed to happen. That's not Hasbro like, oh my god, the ward's so good, we're going to make it in every blaster, it's going to be awesome. No, that's Hasbro like, how do we fleece people for money while putting in the most minimal amount of effort possible? The only slander I can think is Dart Zone is a bit pricey now. Everything's a bit pricey. I don't think anybody can compete. Like, I know Dart Zone does all their stuff in China. Apparently, Nerf doesn't even own their own manufacturing plants. That's something I heard. I don't know who from. It might have been Blasterface. But Nerf doesn't even own the factories they produce their blasters in. But Dart Zone probably does, as does XShot. And they both do stuff overseas. Nerf does too. All their stuff's made in China and stuff. But the Nerf doesn't really, like, try. And I don't know where the disconnect is. Why are there 14 Nerf Ward reskins? Like, was the Ward okay? Sure. But it didn't need to be reskinned in every single blaster ever. They're still making them. Hey, Matthew. They may have solid reasons, whether regulatory or economic, but they do a horrible job of stating in a way that we can at least understand. No, they can't. They can't have any excuse because every single one of their competitors is doing better than them. That's the thing. Where they're like, oh, we got to cut slots and plunger tubes to make it quiet. Meanwhile, you just go buy whatever XShot thing is and it's fine. It hits harder. It's more accurate. It's like 1/3 the price. That's the thing. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense to me. The freaking... Where are you? Come here. I'm no longer asking. I'm demanding. This thing! This thing would be $40 from Hasbro. That's actually being nice. This would be $40. The ejector shell. This is $13. Are you kidding me? What is Hasbro's excuse? There is literally nothing Hasbro can say that would make that make sense. Their excuse would be, oh, well, the economy is bad and also they do all their stuff out of China. The economy is bad. You do all your stuff out of China and maybe your designers and stuff aren't in China, although I have a feeling most of them are. Still, they do it. Like, what are you doing wrong? I don't have Hasbro stock. I don't care. I'm sorry. If your American team can't put out a good blaster at a good price point, why the hell should I care that you do stuff? Oh, we're all American. Well, you're not, because you're still making everything in China. So how am I supposed to care? If you make an inferior product at 30 times the price, you're not making a quality product at 3 times the price. And you've also cut corners every single time you can. You have objective, you guys don't know how good we had it with Nerf Ultra. You really don't. Like, Nerf Ultra was the last time we had blasters that were good. And even then, still plenty of questionable decisions. The last 2 releases in Nerf Ultra were the Strike and the Speed. Why the hell did the Strike come out for $50 when it is literally the same thing as the $25 to $30 Nerf Ultra Amp? It's the same blaster with a longer barrel. The longer barrel that you had to attach out of the box, by the way, had a micro switch in it. So you had to attach the barrel or just glue down the little micro switch. They used a micro switch in this thing for the sole purpose of making sure you had that barrel attached. And it used the same magazine as all of the older Ultra Blasters. Meanwhile, they brought out the Speed, which had a different magazine. I would argue that magazine was a better design, and I guess Hasbro agreed, because every single Nerf Ultra or N-Series blaster used that same cassette-style magazine system. That magazine had the drawback of, when you took it out of the blaster with darts in it, darts would fall out because the magazine would, the lips would close when it was removed, and when you pressed it into the blaster, the lips would open and feed the darts up. That's why the Ultra Speed was so good. Those magazines were more durable. You didn't have darts that were exposed. So if you had them on chest rig or something and you hit the mag, you could bend darts, mess up darts all the time. With the Speed magazines, you can't do that. They were easier to reload. They looked cooler. I'm fine with oh no, my tactical reload drops a dart. Big whoop. I don't care. Empty your mag before you reload. Count better. Whatever. But they should have had that same magazine on the Strike. And they didn't. And then they released both those blasters at the same time on store shelves right next to each other. And that might have been one of the worst blasters Nerf. Not the Speed. I think the Speed is actually good. It wants you to hate it. If you bought... I saw Nerf Ultra Speeds for $12. I should have bought more of them. But that blaster is actually compelling. It's actually good. It's worth its price of admission if you could get more magazines and stuff for it. You couldn't. Of course you couldn't. That's the other thing I hate about Hasbro. They never released a standalone magazine kit for N-Series. The only way to get N-Series magazines, even though all the magazine blasters use the same magazine, I don't know if you call the chain thing that came with the Infinite magazine, but all of those blasters use the same mag, and yet they never sold the magazine separately. That's actually a problem for all of the blasters. The difference being, while Nerf did put Nerf Pro magazines out there on store shelves, if you could find them, how many people didn't find Nerf Pro magazine refills? Dart Zone does it, as does XShot. But the problem is, it's very inconsistent. However, that problem is less brutal by the fact that now Dart Zone and XShot both use the same geometry, which is the Talon geometry, which you can basically buy those short dart magazines everywhere. You can buy Talon mags or the XShot ones or the Dart Zone ones all over the place. And then Nerf comes out with their mags, which are cool. I like the Nerf Pro mags, by the way. They are really cool. And they're not compatible with, like, anything. It's wacky. Okay. Sorry. I try to finish up a thought before I read the super chats and stuff. Homely's been a member for 89 months. So, have you shown off your Secret Doom cannon yet? There is no Secret Doom cannon. Do you think I'm sitting here pooping on Hasbro for an hour? They're going to send me a Doom cannon? If they were smart, they would. But they won't. Because they think I don't do anything, I'm not valuable. And other people tell them that I'm not valuable. I actually have confirmation of that. I don't know why other content creators in this hobby go to Hasbro executives and talk crap about me and spread lies and rumors about me, but that's the thing that exists, by the way. They probably won't send me one. That's fine. Hopefully XShot will send me their new thing. And Anatsu tipped $5. Did you see they did a new skin for the rough cut? The American one? I did. I kind of want to do a video on that. Hey, Tag. They sell magazines for Ultra on AliExpress. Sure, Sam Davidson, they do, but they're not Nerf ones and they weren't on store shelves, and buying stuff from AliExpress is not making them accessible. Like, if you want to, and I'm sorry if I come off as aggressive, so I'm not. I'm just trying to use your point to make another point. If you want to talk about accessibility and that kind of stuff, you've been able to buy short darts from China since like 2015. And still short darts took until they were on store shelves in America from Dart Zone. Bless ye, Dart Zone. Nobody liked short darts. It just wasn't a thing. That is the Dart Zone. Whatever they do from this point forward, it doesn't matter, because I will always be grateful to Dart Zone that they were willing to put short darts on store shelves. Nerf should have done it years ago. I'm not entirely sure if there is somebody, please, smarter than me, correct me. I am not certain if there is a law, like a child toy law, that prevents short darts from just existing. Like maybe, like for ages 8 and up. Because there are no ages 8 and up short dart blasters, even though short darts are better in every way. I assume they're also cheaper for the companies to produce. I assume they're too small, but they're bigger than rival rounds, at least lengthwise. I wonder. XShot has released a Piston Pump magazine separately as well. Blaster Time sells them, but they're already sold out. But, Maiko, is that on store shelves, or is that just them buying a box from XShot and then selling them on their website? Like, does it have its own packaging and stuff like that? Apparently XShot are not doing mail out for the Thrasher and Spin Shot. Yeah, I kind of figured. Thank you, Arthur. Last thing I got from Nerf was the Sharp 92. I wish I would have got one of those. I don't have one. By the way, Walcom, I'm considering if I should buy an XShot Fury X or save up for a piston pump. Completely different blasters, Sylvia. They're both fine. The Fury X is a budget. It's like the budget option. The piston pump is like the granddaddy. It's probably the joule limit thing Drac discussed back in 2019. Does that change with the length of the dart, though? You can have a blaster that shoots full-length darts and half-length darts at the same velocity. The weight savings, there's not that much weight difference between one of these and a short dart. I think there's a law that, like, the length of the short dart makes it more of a choking hazard. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because when you think about it, it's the same dart, it's the same size, just half the length. That doesn't prevent somebody from eating it. I'll have to deal with this a lot, you know, as my child becomes mobile. To whichever Hasbro employee is watching this, make some Elite blasters that are themed to My Little Pony. I'm surprised that doesn't exist, but XShot's already got you covered. They're just not official My Little Pony. I also recently got the Nexus Pro X2. It is awesome. I'm excited to open mine and do a video on it. I did get... Anybody know what this is? I am super excited for this. Real question, chat. I'm honestly, I don't know if I want to do the video of... Is it worth doing one big long video of the stock Delta Pro and the mod kit? Or should I make them separate videos? Costco has a 4-pack of the XShot Fury X. Those would be... Wait, what? There's a 4-pack of the Fury X now? Because there's the 4-pack with the 2 Fury X's and 2 long shots. There's the 2-pack of the Fury X's. You're saying there's a 4-pack of the Fury X? Please confirm. Yeah, that's exactly as discussed about the N1 rounds. The short darts are too short to pass the choking hazard test. That makes no sense to me. That does not save time on editing, Rylan. In fact, it makes the video harder. I know the algorithm favors shorter ones. Well, that is straight up wrong, Isaac. I think I'm going to try my chance at doing 2 videos. Because it's like a very substantial mod difference. I just realized there's like no stock that will match the freaking Delta Pro. Hold on. Nexus Pro X2. I swear to Crom. Okay. So the one that comes with the pink one has pink on it. But there's a blue. The blue one matches. I'm so upset. I'm actually mad. How do I fix this? How do I alleviate this anger, chat? Son of a Dill Dickles 9002. I already had a picture of this saved. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. It matches. It matches, right? Like, now here's the other problem, is that they're known for putting out blasters. They're known for putting out blasters that the colors are slightly different. The Brute Pro and the Brute Pro and the Boxer Pro are actually different shades. There's no shot though, right? There's no way that those are different colors. I'm almost hoping they are at this point, because the blue Nexus Pro X is like a European exclusive, and I don't want to pay triple digits for the same blaster for the stock. Where did I just save that pic? Did it get saved to downloads? No, it got saved to desktop. Where is it? I saved a picture of the all files. There it is. Oh, it's another one that's massive. Transform, fit to screen. That's the same blue, right? Like, that is the same blue, right? Chat, lie to me. Look at the stock. The stock would fit perfect on this. I'm so upset. I'm so... Skulls, you are abusing the flattering of my beard. I know I liked one of your comments last night, and then I saw like 3 more when you're like, I like your beard. You got your attention. No kidding, it is. So any of you cool European bros want to send me just your Nexus Pro X stock, you'd be my best friend. I'm actually really upset about this. Granted, this thing being black also kind of ruins it. It's probably a half a shade off, and it probably is. I could just do a black stock, but... Actually, I might have different stock that is all gray. I think one of the, like, was it the Striker 2.0? I think its stock is fully gray. No, it's got green on it. What is the one that's all gray? I know there is one. What's that XShot piece? It's an upcoming blaster called the Dart Storm. That's the best picture we have of it, by the way. Oh, man. Is the color... Yes, so while we do have the Delta Pro in this color scheme in the US, this color of the Nexus Pro X is European exclusive. And this color stock probably... Pardon me. Probably matches the Delta Pro, which has a buffer tube upgrade. My original Nexus Pro X firing system broke, the priming and priming system broke. That does happen. I mean, it is a cheap toy. I've never heard of, like, well, I'm sure it's happened, but I've never seen a Harrier or something broke. That's why people pay $150 for that kind of stuff. So I guess the real question is, what are we going to get for first? Are we going to get a pink one of the Delta Pro? Or are we going to get this in the US? Place your bets. The OG Striker has a gray stock. I don't have an OG Striker. That's like the one Dart Zone blaster I don't own, by the way. I've lost 100 pounds myself. I can tell when one of my kinsmen slimmed down. Well, congratulations, NGR. That's a massive, massive, massive accomplishment. Pink Delta Pro 100%, says Maiko. Pink in the US, the blue in Europe. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's exactly what no, Ryan called it. You, over there, you're going to get this color, or you're going to get the pink one of these. So you can't do it either. Both is a website exclusive. Dart Zone Mark III has an all gray stock. That might be what I have, Anna. Gosh, Class of Reels tipped $1. God, I gotta fix that. I bought a pre-broken Harrier secondhand, ended up just giving it. What was broken about it? You have to really try to break one of those. Ryan. Rylan, whenever I say I'm an American, by the way, I just remind myself of, like, every single time you're, like, playing RuneScape and somebody just says, I'm an Iron, by the way. Iron players, like, it's something you select when you make an account in RuneScape. You can't trade with anyone, so you have to self-do everything in the game. And, man, do Iron players love to let you know they play an Iron. Which is just them saying, I love to waste my time. Is the Brawn Tusk worth it? It is fantastic. I got the Pyre Tusk to finish the video on, too. I'm really far behind on stuff. Stay-at-home dad thing is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I really thought I had it figured out. It's crazy, but the XShot motorized pistol pump is sold in the UK, but it's technically illegal. Full auto has to be under 1 joule, or it's technically an air gun. Man, think about, like, you can... this is less about America and more about the UK. Think about the fact that something we sell as a toy here, that, like, you can be 9 years old, you could walk up, pull one of those blasters off the store shelf, walk up to a register and purchase it. You don't need ID. You don't need a parent. It doesn't matter. You can just buy it. And in the UK, they consider that a weapon. And I don't even think your country is really that safe. I don't live there. But I also don't visit Seattle, and people try to tell me Seattle's fine. I got a Harry for someone with rep of being an ultra hard-on blasters. So they're dumb, is what you're saying. I'm sorry to whoever that might actually be. Since I don't know who you are, I can make a broad generalization. A recent stream, you told me to reach out to M416 and ask for a replacement cache where they came in today. Vixen, thanks for the advice. Dude, I'm calling it. Like, I reached out to them, again, from my personal email, which they wouldn't have known, asking for parts, like, hey, I want to buy this part, but it's off your website. Can you help me? They sent me my own little store link that had all of the parts. Safe, way less deaths. Well, yeah, but there's a lot of other problems. It's not just the murder. Murder is a problem, don't get me wrong. Honestly, I've always looked at gun control as like, and I'm totally for practical gun control. The problem is most of the laws they make aren't practical. And this is the most political I'll get, but I always think about the fact is like, let's say you don't have a firearm, right? A lot of you probably don't. And I'm saying of age, legally obtained firearm. What is your plan when 4 dudes stop by Home Depot, grab a sledgehammer, and pull up to your house at 4 o'clock in the morning, blow through your deadbolt in one swing, and they are in your house before you're even conscious? You gonna like karate fight them? 4 dudes? Like, I know that's like the dumbest thing to think of. It's not a good example, but that's the scenario that I run through my head when it's like, and imagine again, like, let's say you're not a big beefy man. Let's say you're somebody who's of a shorter stature and maybe not as aggressive, doesn't own any kind of weapon. And even if you do own a weapon, it's like self-defense for somebody who's not trained or good with it. Like, do you really think I'm going to be able to fight off any kind of like hoodlum, or whatever the word I'm looking for, bandit, with a baseball bat? Like, you don't have to be much bigger than me to be able to beat me in hand-to-hand combat. I don't claim to be anything other than... That's why I own a firearm. That's why I own a couple. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you can't run through that scenario, you're like, oh, I'm going to wake up immediately and grab my baseball bat and start fighting them. Like, 4 dudes, yeah, no, it's probably not going to work out the way you want. And that's why I own a firearm. Because at least, the worst case scenario is at least I had a chance. Yeah, maybe I missed every shot. Maybe I turned the neighbor's dog into a pencil.
Let's rock.
But at least I didn't go down knowing I could have had a different outcome. King Kavosha with a $2 super chat, at least for self-defense at the very least. Like, I'm totally for, like, especially for self-defense. It's like, I think that stuff's fine. Like, I don't conceal carry yet. My 45 is too big. I'm fat, and I also don't want to appendix carry because it just doesn't work for fat guys. I'm sorry. And I don't want to carry something that big. So, like, but I'm not even talking about that. Like, that's another issue altogether. But for home defense, I think that should be fine. I think you should be able to own a firearm for home defense all you want. Degenerate, that's a good word to use for those people. There are 450 million firearms in America, and there are hundreds of years of supply. The idea that could be limited and lost past. We also have, you know, borders with 2 other countries. And a whole nother continent. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard thing. Again, I'm all for sensible. I'm not like, oh, I don't want the government knowing what firearms I have. They know probably every hair on my body if they really wanted to. I don't care. There's nothing I can do about it. I've accepted this fact. That's just the law. That's how it's gonna be. My personal information is sold everywhere, and that's just, I can't do anything about that. Realistically, you can't. You could buy, like, Incogni or something, and it does actually work. I think I did a thing for them. They've got a bunch of stuff. They deleted it. Oh, that was a really good, like, half sponsorship. It's like, oh my god, I get to use this product for 6 months and then I'm done, and it automatically cleans all my stuff off the internet? Great. But, like most gun laws, like, they just don't make sense. Because they're made by people who have never even sniffed a firearm in their entire lives. And those people should not be making laws. Especially when they're like 85 years old. Classic for real with a $2 super chat. A friend of mine got a unicorn with the highest spring for legit self-defense. Yeah, that's not going to work. For home defense, I was like, I'm considering a railgun. I mean, that could work. I once saw the ounce. If you watch, what is it, Hoffman Tactical's video, I have a comment on there that has a few thousand upvotes. It was on there, they're short. I'm 46. If I didn't have a firearms license, I'd never seen a firearm in real life in this country. See, but it's also like the difference is like America, there's a lot of people in pretty close proximity, and our society is no longer like high trust. What is it, like a couple of days ago, I think there was like a drive-by shooting on I-5 outside of Seattle. Like, guys just pulled up to another car while driving, going down the freeway, and just unloaded into that car. That's like, oh, that sounds like something from a movie. It's like, no, it's barely even a headline here. It's crazy. The world's gone to crap. Oh, no one could invade the southern United States. 45.7% of Texas own weapons. Yeah, well, that's both true, and when you consider that almost all war is fought via drones now, not true. Do you see the Kentucky Ballistics video on the 30? I did, homely. God, I want one. The problem is like, firearms are always a big purchase, and there's no reason to ever buy one of those. I want one so bad, dude. Like, I have the money in the bank account right now. Thank goodness the only way you can get those is via direct from them. And they're like $800. But gosh, do I want one. I would totally carry that. It's bigger than my 40. I would totally carry that. It's got slam fire. It's also like that, there's a 22 that has the same action where it feeds from a tube and you can see the round like on the hammer or just in front of the hammer as it feeds. It's super cool. You guys have too many guns to get rid of the guns. I don't think that's true, but I do think we should have, I'm all for sensible gun laws. There's just make it make sense, dude. Like, don't be like, we're going to ban 3D printers because of one CEO a couple of years ago that was killed by somebody with a 3D printed, like, and keep in mind, it's a 3D printed lower. Like, it wasn't the entire Glock that was 3D printed. It was just the lower. Like, and they're like, yeah, we're going to ban 3D printers because of that. It's like, why? Because one crime a couple of years ago? How much crime is done with 3D printed fire? Like, none. There are an insane amount of 3D printed firearms out there, but those are like, you really only want to use that as like a last ditch or a fun hobby that could potentially blow up in your hand and cover you in plastic shrapnel. It's not something that you want to rely on. Case point, Luigi's Pew Pew, like, didn't cycle properly. I used to live in Seattle and studied in Cornish College. I haven't been to Seattle. Like, I should have gone. I wanted to go to SoccerCon I was sick, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I was... Like, you can't bring me to Seattle anymore. It's so bad. The last time I was there, it was bad, and that was like 6 years ago. No matter what your politics are, if you face evildoers, they will have firearms in the U.S. They have means of self-defense is a necessity if you wish to protect your family. That's somewhat true, I suppose. Next video is converting an AK-47 to fire foam darts. Yeah, no, but I do have an AK-47 that fires foam darts. I don't know if I can get away with showing that on stream, but I do have that Wolver. By the way, you can check my Instagram. And I have a bunch of stuff on there that isn't on the channel yet. Walcom, if you're on the phone watching a stream, how do you access chat? I believe it's like you have to slide from the bottom, but I don't watch a lot of live streams on my phone. Ban all tools because someone made a... So that's the funny thing you say that, King Kavosha, is that they're actually trying to do that. I mean, when you really sit here and think about it, it's like I got 3D printers, I've got a CNC machine. I could very easily, if I had any amount of intelligence, make my own thing. But I don't. I'm dumb, so I'll never have to worry about that. People are sensible here generally. Air guns are actually legal, and there are no laws regarding compressible foam darts, but Nerf groups here are very particular about AGs. Interesting. Interesting, Silver 42. The reason my college banned Nerf activities is because an idiot painted his black. Yeah, see, I understand that one, Alf. That somebody in a college like HVZ would paint their blaster black and bring it on store. That makes sense. When I hear about like, oh, HVZ still allow blasters, like, dude, I get it. But even like what, 2012, 2011, when I was in college, they wouldn't allow blasters. It was weird. Skulls with a $1 super chat. They didn't say anything, but I will like it. You get a like. Actually, I think you said you will comment on my beard again tomorrow. That's fine. Thank you, Skulls. At least somebody likes my beard. It's getting a little scraggly. I don't quite know what to do with it. It's whatever. When I brush it, it's fine, but it doesn't stay that for long. Just joined. What have I missed? Spicy ice everything. We actually have game of private venues with a 300 FPS all the time here in the UK, but outdoors our HVZ has to be 130. Well, HVZ, like, that shouldn't be more than 130. Nobody wants to get shot by 150, 200 FPS. Like, once is fine, but zombies get mowed down. We actually have Airsoft here in the UK, but 1 Joule full auto max. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's also a standard Joule cap here in the US too. Dude, I like your beard. It would be weird to see you without it. I mean, you could go back like 6 years. I grew this out because of COVID. And I just like, because I couldn't ever really, I can't grow facial hair. You know, it's like, this is all bald. Like my mustache is barely there. This doesn't fill in. Like, and this is the same. I've never shaved this and tried to regrow it. This is the same beard from COVID. Can you do more tag back? I have plans to do that, Pee-wee, but I am very backed up right now. Like, just off the top of my head, right? I've got the Thunder Blaze. I've got the weird revolver bolt action. I've got the thing that comes with a 35 round drum. Excuse me. I've got the, what else? Oh my God, it's like, this is just the weird and wieldable stuff. There's another one. Those 3. The Wolver. I've got the Wolver. So that's 4 blasters right there I need to do videos on. Then I've got, like a not Kunlun, like a Kunlun light. Then I've got the bolt action, pump action thing, which I did a short on, but I'm going to do a full-length video on it. I've got the Delta Pro. I've got the Delta Pro mod video. I've got the shell ejector shell, whatever it's called. I've got the X2. I've got the Pyre Tusk, so that's 11. I've got the Nerf has a dart problem. That's not even a blaster video. It's like you can see. And I don't want my channel to be just reviews, because I think I'm fortunate to be a content creator that can do videos not doing reviews. I think that's a strength of mine. Reviews are just the thing that has to happen. It's like, you're talking like 12 videos right there. And each one of those videos, if I speed run it, is a 5-hour long ordeal. An hour to film everything and about 4 hours to edit. And that's if I speed run and cut corners as much as possible. So I'm going to do my best, but then keep in mind that when my wife is working, which she does, she has a normal day job, I have to watch Renton from the time she goes to sleep to the time she wakes up, and then by the time she goes to work and comes home. Because she wakes up like a half hour before she has to go to work. So I'm watching my kiddo for about 16 hours a day. In the middle of that, I am trying to either get some work done or sleep. And sleeping with a newborn has been a very big challenge, because every 2 to 3 hours, he wakes up crying, and you gotta change a diaper, and then you gotta feed him. Feeding the baby takes like a half hour, 45 minutes sometimes. Gotta give him the bottle, you gotta burp and all that kind of stuff. So it's been very hard on me. And I feel bad, because when she comes home, I'm just like, here's the baby. I'm gonna sleep for a couple of hours and then wake up, and I got like maybe 5 hours of the day to get stuff done before I'm jumping right back into watching the baby. Because I literally did not get out of bed until like 3:30 today. PM. Why? I was up here, baby monitor, she was asleep, but I'm in a different building, watching the kiddo, making sure he doesn't wake up and make any noise or anything. Otherwise, I have to get up, walk downstairs, walk across the driveway, walk into the house, walk all the way to the bedroom, and take care of him. And basically, I had until she left for work. When she left, I wasn't going to chance the baby monitor anymore. So I was up here until about 4 o'clock in the morning working on stuff for Facebook, because Facebook pays me to upload, and I'm not going to miss out on that paycheck. I cut corners on that, because I actually have like 12 shorts filmed, and I just ran out of time to edit all of them together. So I literally just put up pictures with music behind them to hit that mark, and they allow that, so it's their fault. But yeah, it's hard. I'm trying my best, and it's gonna get better. It will get to a point where he will sleep a whole night, and we'll be able to figure things out a little bit better. But yeah, it's been rough, and I'm doing my best. Wow, Nuck, you're live. Sorry I didn't see you, buddy. Probably not here anymore. If you put a B car in the Aeon Pro X, it's decently accurate. Yes, it is. It's basically the same thing as the Nexus Pro X, by the way. It's like the same internals. YouTube Shorts, yes. I don't like YouTube Shorts. I uploaded the one. I may backlog the ones I've made for Facebook, but I'm doing them on Facebook because they're literally paying me money. 2 kids staying home taking in when mommy was at work. I can't imagine 2 kiddos. And it's like, it's going to get to the point where it's like, I'm going to have to get him ready for the school bus, get him, like, take him to school if there's no school bus, pick him up. Like, the wife can't do that, probably. It's like, it's going to be difficult. I know I'm just getting started, but I think when he can sleep through and when he's a little bit more self-sufficient, it will be easier. Because then it's be like, you know, when he's a couple of years older, I'll be able to just have the baby monitor and he can call for me and stuff like that. Congrats on the kid. It's been a while since I've been here. Well, thank you, King Kavosha. I appreciate it. And I love him. He's adorable. He's absolute. I can't wait until I can start actually, when he feels more like a human. Because right now he kind of feels like a pet. He doesn't really do anything. He eats, sleeps, and poops. But darn is he cute. When is your next collab with Mac, Danny, Gunn? I know y'all have a new one coming soon. I'm actually not sure, Rylan. I talked to Danny a little bit, but not enough to schedule a new collab. When did you post on Facebook? That's not what did you post? I posted a bunch of stuff. I posted a short video on the Wolver, short video on the ZNC. It was like 4 shorts that I made of the 12 I shot, and then just some other stuff. It's like I'm kind of posting there just to figure things out. What's funny is having a huge Nerf collection and the kids not being that interested. I imagine that's going to be a problem. Way of the house husband. That's pretty much how it feels right now at Quintic. I'm not going to lie. I do kind of just dump him on her right after she gets off work. And I know that's not cool, but it's like, honey, 16 hours of me dealing with the kiddo. I haven't had 2 hours of uninterrupted sleep in God knows how long. I think the last time was when she took him to her sister's house for one night. And I think that was the best night's sleep I've had in like a year. Why haven't you reviewed the ejector cell? Because I'm behind on everything, Elmer. I have one. It's just, it takes a while to get to stuff. Danny said Tommy's in Alaska. Yeah, that's what he said. He told me the story. He told me he doesn't really know what was going on with Tommy. He's just like, he had a kid and, you know, the YouTube thing wasn't important for him. What's the most unexpected part about raising a kid for you? Well, he's only 3 months old. Also, that editor you're going to reach out again, and you mentioned him. I don't have an editor. I do all my everything, which is why this takes so long. The only way I could do an editor is that they would have to work for a percentage of the videos gains. Like, I don't know what the fair price is. Because that would be great, because I have insane internet, so it'd be really easy for me to film everything at 4K, upload it to a thing, and have them download it, and then send me the finalized video. Because I upload videos, like my YouTube videos, they are uploaded fully to YouTube before I can even see the page on YouTube. It's like seconds. Level 1 human, absolutely no stats, plus 20% bonus to poopy diaper production. Man, he is so consistent about that, by the way. Every day at about 8 a.m., he makes the call. He has a different cry for when he has a poopy diaper. It's more of like, yeah, 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 yeah. That's my son telling me, wipe my butt. Do it. It's not a consistent cry. It's not this high-pitched cry. It's like this weird chirping. And it's like, I know that's the poopy diaper. You just kind of figure it out. Curious what your kid's first primable blaster will be. Mine is surprisingly a hammer shot. Wow. I don't know. We'll find out. Like I said, he's only 3 months old. 3.5. Good morning, fellow. What's the most unexpected part of raising the kid? So far, I guess I've kind of expected lots of diaper changes, lots of feedings. Feedings take a long time. That was the thing I wasn't... Some feedings can take like 45 minutes. If Nerf coming back, yeah, but they're coming back from 0 to like a 2. They're not coming 0 to 10. Or 0 to 100. Man, I can't believe a hammer shot was your kid's first primal. How old were they? Like 4? I have some Nerf Junior stashed away for him, but whatever he wants, he gets. As long as he's not a psycho. That's something, it's like, I'm actually terrified of that. It's like, I gotta make sure that he's, you know, smart and not mean. I watched I'm not gonna give details, but it's like my the middle niece. I have watched her do things that have scared the crap out of me. And it's like, I get it. And she's a great kid now. She does like every single sport. I think she's in high school. She might be at the top of middle school, but she does every single sport. Super intelligent, like a completely different person. It's so weird. Cause like when I last saw her before I moved here, it's like she was still kind of a snotty kid. And then the next time you see her, she's like, oh, wow, that's not adult. She's like on her phone, like, hey, what's up? Like, it's like that episode of Smiling Friends where it's like, they're all, I think it was like one of the final episodes, like the Christmas one, where the first episode of the series, Pim goes to his house and shows the character that they were trying to cheer up, his family, and his family's crazy. And then one of the final episodes, the Christmas one, Pim's there with like his nephew or whatever, and it's like he's fully goes like, no, I'm just really into crypto now. It's like that was his like tiny nephew that was running around being crazy. It's what it reminds me of. It's like seeing her. It's like oh no, like you're like I can have a conversation with you now, and it's not about Minecraft. It's cool. XShot is basically budget dart zone. I don't think that's fair, fellow. I think XShot's its own thing. Oh, what are we looking at for time? It's almost 7. I might go for another like 15 minutes, but I don't know if I'm going to go past that too much. I haven't eaten anything today. I know. I woke up at 3:30, but the last time I ate anything was last night at like 7, 8. I think XShot actually has a chance to fully take over Dart Zone. I think Dart Zone might actually be struggle bussing it. I think they have a lot they could do, but they've had more misses than XShot. And I don't know if that's just my standards being too high. I'm always liable to be that guy. It's like, yes, that my standards are way too high, but what do we have? So like the Brute Pro situation, the Deuce situation. When was the last time you had an XShot blaster that was just unapologetically garbage? Oh, the Sledgefire is technically the most powerful blaster a kid can prime. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they could just put it on the ground and leverage their entire body to prime it and then break it. I already have a few friends at my future high school, so at least I'll know a few people there. Oh, there you go. It's confusing how the blasters with Slamfire are just garbage. We know the Retaliator does not Slamfire, but it's moddable. Yeah, Slamfire does make modding a little bit more difficult. This is why I like it when a high-powered blaster has Slamfire. I think Slamfire is useful, but a lot of people don't like it. That's fair. I'll assume that a big surprise was how much time you spend worrying. My friends always seem to think, oh, the kid is sleeping breaks. Yeah, there are times I will wake up. I wake up a lot, and I'll sit there like, he's okay, right? And I'll have to get up out of bed and go to the crib and make sure he's like a person. It's very terrifying. When will 2021 Walcom era come back? I have no idea what you're asking about that. My life is a lot different than it was in 2021. I've been through hell and back, and I'm still not any closer to the end. There's a lot of stuff I can't say that's been going on behind the scenes that has ruined a lot of this for me. It's not easy. Mentally, it's rough. But I ain't giving up. Not yet, anyway. I still really like foam flinging. It's super fun. I just wish I could actually enjoy it more. I used to go to every single thing I could, and now I haven't been to a Nerf game in like 2 years. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Well, thank you, Cooley. I appreciate it. I wasn't really feeling my last couple of videos, and I'm hoping that it's not like, oh, my videos did bad, so I'm a bad reviewer. Hopefully it's just a lull. I can put out some videos, maybe have some more fun. I always thought, like, when I did the jokes in, like, the Axis Switch Pro video, if they were, like, a little too much at the beginning. Any chance of doing your own field? That's something I wanted to do a long time ago. One of the whole reasons why I moved here is because it had the room for me to make my own field, and I was going to live stream games during the summer and stuff like that. I even wanted to have my own league. I wanted to commentate on these games and stuff like that and have this really cool... It's not even, like, that expensive when you think about it, but yeah, that's never going to happen, unfortunately. Have a good night, Skulls. My first blaster was the Rival Apollo. Oof. Little kid had Nerf blaster, needs something to keep them at bay. That's a good way of putting it. My plan at the moment is to try to hammer... Tonight is a wash. Actually, tomorrow might be most of a wash too. But I hope to be able to get out there and grind out a lot of these videos. I don't want to cut too many corners, but there was that time last year, around March to May, that I had like a video almost every day. That was going good until I got some really disturbing people contacting me that were specifically trying to stop me from doing good. And it really messed me up. I got threatened with a lot of stuff out of nowhere, which was not fun. Of course, nothing ever happened, but just the concept of that can rattle you. And that was the moment where it's like, I remember sitting there like, this isn't fun anymore. Like, these people are freaking crazy. Why am I tolerating this? Why am I doing this? Like, I don't get it. Like, what, I'm making money, sure. And yes, I have to make money to survive, but, and I will say this, and it's probably the worst thing I could ever say, but it's like, I don't feel like I've been greedy. There's reasons why I've done like ads, because you guys can just skip them. I'm not expecting you to give me anything other than maybe your time. And if you like the product, like, hey, yeah, using those ads helps. But like after that, I just kind of lost it and I never really picked it back up. Parenting trick number 283. When your baby goes to sleep, crash right out. I have been trying to do that, but again, it's not like the baby sleeps for longer than a couple of hours, so. Vector Pro is very good. I really like the Volcanic Pro. I never did the best blasters of 2025. It seems really late at this point, but my goodness, is it a hard pick between, like, you'd think the Boxer Pro. The Boxer Pro is super cool. It's very good. Very good. But I think the Volcanic Pro was my favorite blaster of last year. Thanks, Aduka number 1. It's always nice to see you, man. That's a name I've been saying in live streams for like, God, how many years now. How was Easter? I was sick. I was so sick. The problem is when I get sick, it's almost always like I can't breathe, therefore I am dead to the world. I spent all of Easter, Monday and Tuesday, basically just in bed sleeping. I could get up and like take care of the baby and stuff, but I did basically nothing. And it only started to get slightly better yesterday. I'm trying to make things up because I am smoking a brisket for, you know, some family and friends and stuff like that. So that's going to take up my tomorrow. But like I'm still trying to make up for stuff. And it's like I'm so far behind. That's why I'm kind of doing stuff on Instagram. And I'm not like trying to super care because like I have to do it because I get paid for it. And I could just put up a picture with audio behind it for every single post. I'm trying not to do that. But it has been a lot of stuff. If you want more me, check out Instagram. It just refreshed the chat. What the hell was that? I haven't even really been playing games or anything like that. Yeah, what have I even been doing with my life? That's the thing, is like, fellow Jays, like, I don't know. Aaron Esser does it for a lot of stuff. Those kind of people, they have to like these things. There's two folds on that, and I don't really know Aaron. We talked a little bit. I'm sure by now he absolutely hates me because he's hung out with the people who constantly talk crap about me. But I get the feeling he's a lot like, he has to kind of like it for two reasons. One, because if he doesn't like it, it makes following content past that hard. Like for me, I didn't do most of the N-Series reviews because I just didn't like them. But if you can like them, that makes it a lot easier to do a video. Power to him. I can't do that. I wanted to get better at doing that. I tried to be objective, but N-Series was a massive disappointment. So you got that, but then you also have the fact that he gets stuff from Hasbro, especially pre-release, so he has to do positive content on it. However you feel about that is whatever, right? I get the feeling that's kind of the world he's in, and I don't, it's like, you know, hate the game, not the player kind of thing. I noticed a lot of content creators in our hobby not only went to Hasbro headquarters and said a bunch of great things about how N-Series was, they also had a lot of good things to say about NERF Pro. Okay, sure. I didn't go. I wasn't even remotely considered for that operation, so it's fine. But the blasters I got, which I sourced myself, both of them didn't work out of the box. And even if they did work out of the box, what exactly did they do that the competition didn't do better? And cheaper. That's the problem. It's like, was the NERF Strife X the most greatest blaster ever? No, it had a ton of issues, and I said that. I was sent that product from NERF. And it had another content creator's name attached right to it, so of course that content creator said to say it's the best blaster ever. Did the mic go weird? I can't tell. It should be fine. I see the blue light. Still on the right mic. But, like, of course those people, they kind of have to say it's the greatest thing ever. And I'm going to be more direct. Like, I have, like, what the Kieran is, this is like my greatest failure. It's like, I have my own model of Kieran that's sold out. Like, you can't get them anymore. And there was a lot of problems behind the scene with that blaster because a lot of things changed that I was promised that weren't going to change. And I never even did a review of it. Not that it was bad. I really like the Kieran. The Kieran is like a 300 something plus bolt action. I have two of them. I have mine set up for normal shells and everything. And then I have the blue one, the original Kieran, that I have set up for short darts. And it hits stupid hard and it's a really nice light prime. But like, you imagine, like, can I say anything bad about the Kieran when I have my own? It's rough. It's hard. When I'm sent blasters from companies, it's like, my stipulation is like, if they're not paying me, my stipulation is I have to be able to give my full thoughts on it. And a lot of times it is positive, but with Hasbro, it's been very mixed. And I have publicly said as much. And that's why it's like, I don't expect to get Doom Cannon first. I expect all the other YouTubers to get Doom Cannons first. They're going to say it's great. I'm going to get Doom Cannon last. It's going to get 4,000 views on that video. And I'm still probably going to say it's great. But that's my fault for not saying N-Series was the greatest thing of all time. And I honestly believe that I get called like one of the worst, most biased. And again, everybody has a bias. This is not a bad thing. But a lot of people are like, oh, Walcom only does it for the money. It's like, I think I'm like the only YouTuber that actually, like, I'm not the only one, but one of the few regular reviewers that gives an honest take where they do hate things and not like them. And it's not just because I'm following a bandwagon, like the Brute Pro. Like, how can Walcom says everything's great, he does it for the money, and then you look at my Brute Pro review and it's like, I panned that thing pretty hard. I didn't think it was that good. Now, I like the Boxer Pro. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Like, try to tell me the Boxer Pro. I liked the Vector Pro, and a lot of people didn't like that thing. And I wasn't expecting to. The Volcanic Pro, if you saw, like, my live streams and stuff before I had the Volcanic Pro, I was like, oh, this thing's stupid. It's another Brute Pro. What's the point of this? Got my hands on it? put it through its paces, fired hundreds of darts through it. I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, I really do try my best at this kind of stuff. I'm not always going to hit the mark. Sometimes I'm going to miss it. And I try to make my bias, everybody has one, I try to make those, like, front full center. Like, you know, if it's a pistol, I'll probably like it. So when I don't like the Brute Pro, you can say, oh, it's probably really not good. If I like a shotgun, stuff like that. Now, if I like a full-size, like, standard mag-fed pump-action rifle, it's not something I typically like, then you probably know it's a good one. And if I don't like it, well, it's probably because I don't really like them. These should be things that, as a reviewer, I should have front and foremost to you, so you know when I'm talking about something and I'm making an opinion, you know exactly what it is. It's like, if you have somebody review a video game, this person always plays Fortnite and stuff like that, and they review Animal Crossing, and they say Animal Crossing is dumb, 6 out of 10. Well, I think Animal Crossing is pretty dumb, but I'm not the target, I'm not the person, I shouldn't be reviewing that game. And yet, you can see also, it's like, oh, this person loves Animal Crossing, they give the Animal Crossing a 10 out of 10. And then they give, you know, Arc Raiders a 5 out of 10. It's like, you should know their biases, and it's not like, unfortunately, in those points, they represent an entire company, which makes that a whole nother thing, but the entire point is, like, you should be able to know those reviewers, you should know what their bias is. It's important. And that's why I'm never shy to, like, I'm an unbiased. Anybody who says that is lying to your face. Right, straight up lying to your face. Because everybody does. It's just human nature. So, yeah, if it's a pistol, I'll probably really like it. I might overly like it. If it's a shotgun, I'll probably really like it. If it's a sniper rifle, yeah, SMGs, I do like SMGs. Rifles are my blind spot. Like, usually I don't like typical bog standard rifles. Like, you see me play Call of Duty, I almost never touch the assault rifle category. Hate it. Absolutely hate them. What do I hate more? When the SMGs are basically assault rifles. That's also bad. I think I made the joke in my Wolver shorts, like, I really didn't like the AK-74U in Black Ops. Because it was basically a better rifle. I have a Brute Pro and only fires when I use slam fire. I think you should have returned it if that's how bad it is. Is there a mod where Dart Zone Outlaw can have pop-out cylinder like the Strong Arm? Like, retained? I don't think so, but you can obviously remove the cylinder from an Outlaw. You literally just pop it out. You prime it. I think you have to prime it first, but then you pop it out. It's hard I'm trying to remember with the Outlaw. It's been a while since I fired one. Is that, no, you can just pop out the cylinder, right? It's the deuce that you have to prime first. I'm trying to remember. Well, thank you, Garnet. My primary is a Nexus Pro X2 Maxim Pro, or I go for the Aeon Pro X with a stock. So, all three of those are primaries. I guess you could secondary a Maxim Pro if you really wanted to. The Aeon Pro X, like, why would you use that over a Nexus Pro X? Because the Aeon Pro X is more compact. It's like half the size. Length of blaster does not matter all that much, but it is a thing. That's why I love the Volcanic Pro. It is super tiny, and yet it's comparable to a Striker 2.0. At like 1/6 the size. That's why I like it. Is it less capable? Sure. But it only takes one dart to tag somebody out, and the Volcanic Pro will shoot just as hard as a Striker 2.0. So I'm actually like really excited to look at the Delta Pro, although the Delta Pro is massive. The Delta Pro is bigger than the Volcanic Pro. But I'm super stoked to put this kit in it. And it's built for close quarters combat. Well, sure, it is more compact. The thing is, like, your Aeon Pro can hit the same velocity as your Nexus Pro can. They're the same blaster. XShot Fury X or Vector Pro? Vector Pro. But the difference is the Vector Pro is a $40 blaster. The Fury X is a $15 to $20 blaster. They are different blasters. One's a flywheeler, one's not. They're not directly comparable. You could have both. You could have both on you. There's absolutely no reason why you can't have a Fury X on one sling and on a different sling have a Vector. You could literally use both of them interchangeably. They are so different, and yet the same. I actually kind of like setups like that because you can spam shots with your semi-auto or with your, like your Fury X. You're not going to burn through ammo as fast as if you took your Vector and like, you're going to burn through ammo so fast doing that. That's why I like front loaders, right? Like, I'm not rushing a point. I'm usually a support role. So I like front loaders because it's like, I never have to worry about refilling mags, and I almost never run out of ammo. That's good to know, Kevin. Thank you. That's exactly it, the new and improved. The Nexus Pro and Aeon Pro have like the same internals. The only difference is pump versus top prime. But again, that Aeon Pro is much more compact. Ugh. All right, we're probably just about to hit the 204. This stream is probably going to dip down here for about 10. I think you have to refresh the whole thing. And now it's back. So, that's funny. I don't know why it does that. I can't fix it. I don't know why it does that. It's like every 704, for some reason, I thought it was an issue with my router, but it seems to be an issue with OBS. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've Googled it. Other people have the same issue, but I've never found a fix for it. But unfortunately, I also think I'm going to end the stream unless we have something we desperately need to talk about. I've got to check on a brisket. I've got to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. See my babo. My baby babo. The Striker 2.0 is amazing, but long. It's really not that long for a primary. Could be much worse. I have that not Kunlun, and the thing is the longest Nerf blaster I own now. It is gigantic. Really light prime, really good velocity though. I kind of dig it. I don't even know how much it costs. I'm hoping it's like $120, $140 complete kit, so it undercuts the Kunlun, but I'm not sure. Well, thank you, darn it. I appreciate it. 3D print a ticket punch looks like a cool shell ejecting revolver. I might at some point, NGR. The problem with blasters like that is it's like you can't do a video on just one of them. You can do a short, but it's like I have to print it out, put it together. Even if I did a full video, it's like I honestly think people are tired of 3D printed blasters. Like, because I think just every single time you say 3D printed blaster, 92% of people are like, well, I don't have a 3D printer, so it's done. And I'm not going to pay $150 for a thing when I can buy a $40 one off store shelves that's just as good. That's what we deal with. Any non-shelled internal mag shotguns besides the monorail? I don't think so. Like, there are, like, you've got, like, the Monzong, which is not a shotgun. You have lever actions, but you don't have any pump actions, I think. Which is actually an interesting niche that we could probably do with, because there are tube-fed non-shell blasters. But they're all lever actions as far as I can tell. Integrating is better. The problem is integrating takes forever, and then even when you make that, nobody cares. Like, other people care. It's like having a really nice old car. It's like, youngsters aren't going to care, right? Like, I for the first time ever, I saw a Jeepster in the wild. There's only like 20,000 of them, I think, ever made. I saw it at Costco. Took a picture of it. It was that rare. I'm like, holy crap. 4 days later, I saw it at my local grocery store 20 miles from where I saw it the first time. I was like, holy crap, it's that Jeepster. I think it's the same one. It's like Grand Theft Auto. Like, the second you get, like, the car you want, and then you see it everywhere, because the RAM of the PS2 was so low that it could only have a certain amount of cars driving around at once. Rival Forerunner, that's not the same, Joven. Yeah, I'll leave it up, Wood Canoe. All right. I do want to see what the wife and stuff is up to. So thank you very much for your time, everybody. I hope you somewhat enjoyed it. We do these live streams every Saturday night, unless I'm sick or it's a holiday. We will be back, don't you worry, next weekend, hopefully. And I have plenty, like I said, I literally listed 11 videos I have to get done. They will get done. I just need one solid couple of days where nothing goes wrong, where I don't have to run errands all day or watch a kiddo all day. So we'll see when that happens. If you guys always want to check out, you can get more Walcom if you go to the Instagram, Walcom S7 on Instagram. You can also follow the Facebook page. All the Instagram stuff gets followed to cross-posted to the Facebook page. And you can also go to the Discord at discord.gg/nerf. I'm in there quite frequently. I don't always post because every single time I say anything in like the general chat, a million people at me. But yeah, if you want extreme private access to Walcom, you can always like join the secret club, which is like boost the server or be a Patreon member and stuff like that, or a a YouTube member. That will work too, I believe. I don't think anybody in the secret chat is actually just a YouTube member though. Anyway, I love you all. We have plenty more. I've got plenty more to show you. I'm sorry it's been slow. I'm very not good at doing the stay-at-home dad while working thing. It's gonna get better though. Thank you very much. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. How do I shut this thing off?